Okay, guys. I was originally going to do this vlog a while back, but I decided to hold on to it until more developing stories come along, more information or facts from the entertainment media regarding the Kim Kardashian debacle, the divorce, or whatever you want to call it. My only feel on this is both a mix of disgust and still questions. There's a lot more questions. This is not something that I'm going to say that we got a full answer. I will go on and say that from what I gathered so far from both the media and from even the people voicing their own opinion, and there was a lot of people voicing their opinion, both from Yahoo, G Plus. I know Twitter probably had talked about it. This was probably flooding Facebook, and from just anyone who's involved in the business overall. Most of the people are saying this was a fake, that she should not even have a TV show anymore. A lot of people have said that how the hell she got famous anyway. She's no good for nothing. I'm not gonna say what what they was commenting on, but needless to say, they were all not so very kind words. You can say what you want. I know a lot of people say that a lot of the celebrities don't pay attention to what people have to say, but judging from what she had said in a statement and from how she's been conducting herself the last 24 hours, is she's taking it personal. She's very, very taking it personal, and pretty much the reason why she made some of the statements. Um, Again, I was gonna talk about some of the stuff that I felt about, but I decided to hold back because I didn't want this to be a bashing. I mean, she's getting enough from everybody else in terms of the YouTube committee and from the bloggers and people posting their comments on whatever site they're associated with. So I didn't want to come in here and just bash the woman. Am I happy of how she went about doing this whole mess? No, I'm not. I don't feel any sympathy of any criticism she's getting at all. And to be honest, some of them are just because some of the comments she made previously doesn't even make any sense. I took some notes of some of the stuff she has said, and I'm going to be giving my own feeling about this because some of the stuff she mentioned um, was either contradictive, didn't add up, or a bit of both. Um, the first thing she mentioned I'm going to talk about is I married for love, not the money. Which, if she haven't made that other statement, I can pretty much say I give her a benefit of the doubt. But she made something else that pretty much threw that statement away. She said that she felt she didn't need to defend her decision. Okay, fine. However, at the same time, people are going to still criticize you for this. People are still going to say that you basically duped duped the world, you duped your fans, you duped the media and the press. And you can say you want to keep quiet all you want, but this is not just going to go away. So saying a statement probably is your best solution right now. You may think differently. The people who are watching this video may think differently, but believe me, with the way this thing is ended, the way you have ended it, because from what I'm seeing so far in these last couple of days is you filed for divorce and you didn't even tell the guy. You didn't tell the person you was married to. He had to find out the hard way about from friends and the other media. How do you file for divorce just like that and then go on a business trip like everything is okay? Something's not right with that. I'm sorry to say this, but that's something you just don't just throw out there like it's a run of the park. And people are going to call your cards on that because it just sounds like you didn't have no intention of making this marriage work. That's why when you said I married for love and money, I gotta say that if that's the case, why did this marriage only last 72 days? What was the reason for this marriage to break up? Was there something behind closed doors that you just decided it wasn't going to work out? We need to go. Of course, you did explain partially. I say partially because you did give some kind of explanation of why this thing wasn't going to work out. But but it also throws me back to that first question: why the hell did you marry him in the first place? So yeah, I'm not really buying the first question because I don't think you knew what marriage is, first of all. And if you did knew what marriage is, you wouldn't have called it quits after 72 days. Marriage is not always going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be rosy. There's going to be some obstacles, some very, very tough obstacles that you and your husband's going to have to face. And I think that you didn't want to meet those obstacles head on. I really don't. Another question. The other thing you said that really pissed me off. You said you got caught with the hoopla of filming and other stuff, the pressure, and you claim, which is why I say this is contradicting, is you was gonna break it off sooner, but you didn't. You was on the process of breaking up sooner, but you didn't, and because you didn't want to disappoint lots of people. Okay. All right. Let me first go on to say this. If you really wasn't comfortable with this marriage, you really wasn't comfortable getting married, if that was never was your gig, or you had second thoughts, would it be wise to talk to your husband, your soon-to-be ex-husband, and say, look, man, I don't think it's going to work out. I think we should, take it slow. I think we should call off the wedding. And if you're worried about, and I'm not buying that for a second, if you was worried about what your family may think, I'm not worried about the fans. Because the fans, I'm not going to live with you 24 hours a day. The person who you have to live with 24 hours a day, you have to deal with every day of the week, is your fiance, your husband. These are the people you're going to have to deal with more than anybody else. So the fans, I'm not even counting. But if you're worried about what the family may think, just have a sit down with the family and talk to them. Let them know how you feel. Express yourself. But you're putting it, make it sound like you're putting all the blame on the fans and the media and everybody else who's close to you. And that's not fair. That's not right. Okay? Nobody's pressuring you to marry who you should marry. And if that's the case, you really have to think about your priorities straight. Because if you're worried about what other people think in terms of who you date and who you don't date, then the chances are it's not the fans. It's not even your family. It's something about you. So I'm not buying that the pressure of these people, whoever these people are, because you never really said family member. You said lots of people. And by the way, if you want to read this, I'm pretty sure it's been posted on Yahoo and some other media, global media. I think New York Post also still has it, so you can probably check it out yourself. And that's exactly what she said. She basically said, and I quote, that she didn't want to offend lots of people. Who there's going to be offended? I'm not going to be offended. I care less. I'm sure your family, you talk to your family, I'm sure they understand that you're not ready for that commitment. Okay? And again, it also comes to the next situation, which boggles my mind. You got caught up in the hoopla. Hey, I got news for you. You created that. You made that world all on your own. You chose to put your business on live TV so everybody can see. That is your creation, not nobody else. Okay? That is something I'm a little bit boggled that she make it sound like somebody else created this whole obstacle, this whole roller coaster ride. No, this was all your design. So to say that you got caught in a hoopla, you're basically admitting that you the one that created this mess. There's nobody else did it. You guys did it. You guys did it yourself. If you didn't want your business out there, I know you said in the article, you're saying that sharing our life style, sharing our our romance, our breakups, our best times, the worst time is what you guys do. It's who you are. Okay, fine, but you got to be prepared for the other stuff that's going to come with it. And this is the other stuff that's coming with it. And to be honest, and this is my own opinion, there's just certain things I don't want people to know about behind closed doors. Wedding is one of them. Posting a wedding out there like that, you open the door for so many questions. And that was the thing that always bothered me about this. I'm a person, I'm old-fashioned. Certain things should be kept private within families and friends. You didn't have to show your wedding to the whole world. I don't think people are going to get too upset that they didn't see your beautiful wedding. This was you showing off. End of story. Okay? That's all I can think of it. And, it was definitely evidence that you were showing off, because in People magazine, which I was actually, I kept it in the back of my head when I saw it. When they showed the wedding photos, they only showed really you. They didn't even show your husband, and that always, you know, that never left me. Even though I was kind of, even though I didn't really comment about it, I find that very interesting that they only showed your photo, and not the typical, the lovely couple who just got married, in arms, smiling next to each other. They only showed you. So yeah, those rumors are gonna fly out from left field, because they're gonna say, "Oh, look, she's showing off. This is why she really married him. The wedding here, it was all just a stage for her reality show. She got money for the reality show." Which, by the way, I'm gonna talk about that the very, very last. But I wanted to bring up these issues, because these are the issues that really really ticked me off about her, and how she approached this. There's a Yeah, like I said, if she was thinking about breaking up with him, if you're thinking about breaking up with her fiance, she should have just cut it off. She didn't need to marry him, and to me, she can make all the excuses she wants. That's not gonna fly with people. That's not gonna fly with with the people who's been following you, or even for the fans. Even though they are supporting you, they're gonna be asking the question. Well, you really shouldn't marry him if you didn't want to marry him, because it does bring up the question. You said you married for love, not money. Well, obviously you didn't love him enough to marry him. So why did you really marry him? That's that's something I'm kind of curious about. If you was planning to break it off sooner, why'd you really marry him? You didn't need to marry him. And if that's the case, if you're worried about what your fans may think, then you seriously got a problem. I'm sorry to say, you seriously got a problem. It makes you sound like that you're yawning for attention, that you're yawning to to stay in the spotlight. And if that's the case, you really shouldn't even have a TV show. That's my opinion. Yeah, but those are the many things that really bothered me about that. And I'm actually trying to keep calm, because if I would have came on soon with another video, it would be nothing more than rants and rave, and I don't want to really do that. This is pretty much a rant, but I'm actually kind of subdued by that, because, and it's not even much with her. I know that she's not the first, and damn sure ain't gonna be the last, but it's just people in general who use marriage as a form of gaining more attention. Marriage is more than that. Marriage is marriage is a very, very sacred vow, a vow that should not be messed around with. When you take those vows, you're willing to be with this person through thick and thin, for the best of times, for the worst of time. When you take those vows, you're willing to be committed, to be trustworthy, to be all sorts, a lot of things that would make a marriage work. Marriage should not just be about the sex and about the attention. It should never be about that. It should be about whether you can trust that guy, whether you're willing to spend the rest of your life with that person, whether you're willing to communicate constantly, just basic stuff, communication, able to, share your feelings with one another, to be open with one another. It is a whole lot of bad. I can go on and on, but really, basically, it's a whole lot more than just what people may think other people's thoughts on. It's not sex. It's not just about the sex. It's not just about, oh, he gives me attention, he makes me feel good. There's gonna be a time where that person's gonna get on your nerves. There's gonna be times where there are some things that you're gonna have an agreement. There's gonna be arguments, but it's the question of whether you can look past an argument and say, oh, we argue, but I still love him, and I know it's no big deal. It has to be a very strong shared commitment, and if you guys don't share in that same commitment, if your guys' lifestyle is constantly bumping heads with a point where you guys are not even communicating properly, then you really got to think about whether this is going to work. Another thing is, don't marry him because what the other person thinks. Don't marry him because what anybody or I think, or what the world thinks. Marry him because you really want to marry the person. Marry because this is the one I want, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna be with that guy, or that girl for that matter. So it's a lot. I know I'm gibbering a lot, but like I said, marriage to me, marriage is a very strong bond that if you don't believe in that, if you just marry him because your family says he's good looking, or because you think that you're in love and you really haven't even contact, or you haven't really got to know that person, really know that person, chances are it's not going to work. And that's just how I feel. And for Kim Kardashian, I'm concerned. To me, her excuses, that's just what it is. It's lame excuses. People are not really buying into it. If you, like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to Yahoo or Twitter or whatever, and you'll see a whole lot of people talking about it. This is something that's going to be talked about for a long, long time because, like I said, she has made a mess out of this. And one of the big things that I actually find very strange about it is that she filed for divorce and then just skipped town. Didn't take time to, relax, take a breather. She just went right straight to business, leaving the guy to find out the hard way. And I kind of find that very strange. It's almost like a low blow for that matter. Like the man didn't even know what the hell was going on. And I don't know. They show pictures of her. They show pictures of her today. She wasn't dressed in the glamorous like she normally was. She was pretty much the dude, and I don't know if that's because she's trying to keep a low profile, or because the negative press she's getting, not from the media, but from other people across the globe pointing their own opinions, is actually getting to her. Because believe me, she does read what other people are saying. She even admitted that she read the comments that was given to that was posts on Twitter or Facebook or pretty much any social site you can possibly find. And yeah, you may think that she don't that it doesn't hurt her. It hurts her. And believe me when I say it definitely does hurt her, because these ain't kind words. I read some of them myself, and they are not kind. These are not very kind words they have. There are people out there who are actually defending her, and that's cool. I'm not going to say that they can't defend her. They are defending her. They're saying that that what's happening to her right now is foul, that it's not right. But and her mother's also defending her, by the way, which I kind of understand. Look, that's family. You're gonna stick by your family, even though you do question why she would do such a thing like that. But like I said, that's family, and I would be surprised if they didn't stick by her. But like I said, how she did this, how she approached this, and the statement that she left, it didn't help her, her defense, saying that she didn't marry for the money or she didn't marry for the attention. I just felt she married for the wrong reasons. Do I think the wedding was fake? In a way, no. I don't think it was fake, but I again, I didn't think it was wise for her to put it on national television. I didn't think it was wise at all. I think she should have a private ceremony, just her family, just with her friends. Just keep it simple, instead of having the whole world view it. And that's the main reason why people are pretty much saying that was a hoax, that she did it for the money. Because what's going to happen next? You're going to show how the divorce proceedings go on. Is that the next reality series? How you deal with divorce? And that's the whole thing. So that's why. That thing is surfacing up, and believe me, her attitude towards it is not helping matters either. Although today I can safely say she was pretty much the dude. She didn't look happy at all. She looked like she wanted to be anywhere else but there. But she feels that she needs to go on with business as usual. She needs to promote, I think, some kind of a product that she's pushing. So her face has to be out there. But like I said, this is far from over. This is going to continue on for at least a few more months. And I say a few more months because this is all a lot of people are going to be talking about. This is not going to go away, and she thinks it's going to go away. She is dead wrong. I mean, this is going to be for a very, very long while. A lot of people who are mad at her already, if I said, let's shut down her TV show. She don't even deserve that. I'm not even going to say that. Look, as long as she got fans, there's going to be people watching it. I'm not going to say not to watch it. That's your choice. I haven't watched any of her other shows. I peeped some of the stuff that was going on. Some of the news tabloids have actually shown some of the shows. I'm not a big fan of reality shows. Her style, her way of her conducting herself, there's no value to me to get from her shows. I don't get any influence from her shows at all. I don't see any, anything good coming out of that show. But there are people who like that show, so be it. You want to watch the show, watch the show. I'm not gonna go crazy. But as far as people shouting that we gotta protest her off the thing, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna say protest the show, gonna get off the air, because, like I said, as long as you guys watch it, it's still gonna be there. If people don't stop watching it for whatever reason, then it won't be on the air no more. So, but that's up to the people who watch the show. So I'm gonna leave it at that. In case anything else happened, I'm still curious. I can find an article with her husband. I want to get his side of the story, but from what I understand, from some of the stuff I did read, like I said, he was as surprised as anybody else. Well, hey, she divorced me? What the hell? So I'm kind of curious about how that's going to work out. But if I do get something new, I post it up. I'm going to probably post it up a few days later just to get more information, because I don't want to put anything out that could change the factor of my vlogs. That's like I said, one of the reasons why. There was actually two reasons. Is that I knew there's going to be more to the story, and each day there's going to be something more details to it. And two, I really did not want to come here cursing out, blasting, calling the woman names, because that's a little bit out of line. I wanted to come in, this is a rant, but I wanted to make it as respectful as possible, because like I said, I didn't want to make it like a mass maniac running wild in a video. But am I pleased with this? No. Am I happy with the way her statement? Hell no. But like I said, there's a lot of more reasons. It's more about the integrity of the wedding vows than just her alone. And believe me, she's not the only one that I got ticked off about. Britney Spears still is, to me, the number one culprit of getting married and getting a divorce, 8 hours later? 10 hours, whatever it is, making a mockery out of the whole situation, which gone too far and basically pissed off everybody in the whole entire country, including her mom. So yeah, she's not the only one, but I'm really getting annoyed with how these celebrities, not all celebrities, some celebrities, I should say, let me correct that, using these wedding vows as a form of getting recognition or publicity or whatever. These wedding vows should be treated with the utmost respect, and that's just coming from me. That's my own feelings. But as usual, you may have a different take on that. I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, leave your comments below. Share your opinions with me. Share what you feel about this, because like I said, you guys may be married couples and you may not be happy about that. You tell me what you feel about your wedding vows, what make that one work, as well as your opinions, your almost honest opinion about this whole Kim Kardashian thing. So please comment below. Let me know. Until then, this is J77. You guys take care.